Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Health Check, sponsored by Kingdom Health Connections. I'm your host, Dr. Vanessa Bolling. Come on in, like, share, tune in. This is an opportunity here on Health Check for you to check in on you because you are important, you are valuable. And not only do you need spiritual health, not only do you need health in your soul, but also health in your physical body. They all work together as one. This is an interesting topic. As we know, in the month of May, it's been about mental health awareness. And here on Health Check, it's all about making sure and promoting you maintain your mental health. You and I maintain our mental health. We need our mental faculties to do what we need to do in life. And I'm so excited to be able to just share a creative way in which we can maintain our mental health. This topic actually makes me very happy because, as you see the topic, therapy in the form of art. Therapy in the form of art. That is right. As you might have seen even in the comments, today I have a special guest today. Her name is Erica Carpening. She is the owner, the CEO, and the creator of Painting with Purpose, as well as Purpose Kids Club. It's been in existence since 2017. Since 2020, she has had training in therapeutic arts because art is therapy, as you saw the topic is for today. So let me get her in on this morning, and come on, let's welcome her. We're so enthused to have her this morning. Good morning, Erica. How are you?
I am great and excited to be here. How are you?
Awesome. Yes, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. As we know, I mean, art is therapy. You see the topic, it's beautiful. This topic just makes you happy. When you see
Yes.
colors, whether it's a rainbow, whether you see literal different colors of paint, even if you're
Mhm.
walking in Home Depot or Lowe's and you just see all these colors of paint, you just get excited. It's like this feeling of refreshing. You feel
Yes.
newness. I like the
Hmm.
smell of paint too in a healthy
Me
way because
too.
that just
Right.
means freshness from, I said a healthy way. That means freshness for me. That means newness for me. So I'm so excited because I actually enjoy art as therapy. I found it to be so beneficial in so many ways. And for our listeners out there, I just want to share some history. Did you know that art therapy actually has been in existence since 1940? Since the 1940s, art therapy has been in existence. And the purpose of it was in terms of it being a way for clients to be able to really express their inner thoughts, their feelings, their experiences, their emotions in a creative, non-threatening way. And in the time when it was created, it was to examine the psychological as well as the emotional undertones that was being created through the art. Art therapy for history purposes also, it includes painting, it includes collages, it includes drawing and sculpting and coloring. But today we're going to be talking about painting, and I'm so excited about it. But the whole purpose of it was to decode the underlying messages that were being seen through the art. So now we're in 2022 and
Mhm.
we've got Painting with Purpose. And
Yes.
this is so exciting. So tell us a little bit about where did Painting with Purpose begin? What sparked its creation? Tell us a little bit about the history.
All right. So just a little bit background about myself. I used
Yeah.
to always draw. I think I started drawing maybe from like the age of 6. And then maybe once I got to high school, it wasn't really like the cool thing to do, So I kind of put it to the side. And it wasn't until I got to my adult years where I really started to paint. Um, and it became like a release for me. I didn't realize what it was. Now that I'm more into it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I was releasing my emotions because I'm not the type of person that really likes to talk about things. But
Mhm.
through art, that's kind of how I release. So, Painting with Purpose back in 2017, I used to always just paint my house, paint my apartment at the time. And one of my friends actually asked me to facilitate a paint party at a church. And at that point, I was like, a paint party? I started researching where do I go to get the stuff? Do I get canvases? Is it construction paper? And it was literally that one night where I did the paint party, and everyone there was like, do you do this full time? And I even
Wow.
received prophetic words in regards to, this is what you need to do. So from that one night, Painting with Purpose was born. The name was born out of that night. And then I hit the ground running. And then in 2020, Purpose Kids Club was birthed out of Painting with Purpose. So it's still
Mm,
a part of Painting with Purpose. So Painting with Purpose is now an umbrella, and Purpose Kids Club is right under there, because we realize that kids need an outlet. And if we can
yes.
get to the kids early, the same way now the adults are realizing art is therapy, because kids, they release pretty much off of TikTok or social media. Social media has so much influence. So if
Yeah.
we can just get our kids and, connect with them on an art way, in an art method, so that way they don't have to deal with identity issues by themselves, peer pressure, bullying, why was I created, all of that, we can kind of minister to them through the art. So that's art
Absolutely.
therapy.
That's awesome. That's so beautiful. And it's so needed. You talked
Yes.
about a release for the kids as well as for adults.
Mhm.
And I think just in a primary care setting and having exposure to, with even psychologists and things of that sort, art therapy is huge, especially
Absolutely.
with the children. Just draw what's
Right.
going on, just whatever it
Yes.
is, whatever in your mind, and through that decoding process just takes place. But it just being such a release, that is just absolutely beautiful. So
Definitely.
it sounds like Painting with Purpose is geared more towards adults, and the Purpose Kids is more towards the children.
Absolutely. Right. Yes. But we all still have the same motto. The motto for Painting with Purpose is, we don't just pour paint, we pour into you. And that was pretty much birth based off of when we saw how people got up from the paint sessions. It wasn't just, and I'm not putting down anyone else that does
Yeah.
paint parties or anything, but it's something different with Painting with Purpose. They get to pick their themes. And I
Mhm.
really believe that the themes that they pick kind of reflects where they are in life. So we talk about what they pick as a theme, we pour into them. So we do the same thing on an adult level and on a kid level as well. So they leave feeling refreshed. They forget about what they were dealing with when they came through the door. So we don't just pour paint, we pour into you.
That's awesome. Oh, so so the themes are actually picked.
Yes.
I love that. I love that.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it seems, just being a consumer and a partaker in one of your workshops too, as well. It's like, or even seeing the effects of it. People have the freedom to paint with different colors. You know,
Absolutely.
that's
Yes.
beautiful.
Yes.
So how have you seen? You mentioned people being lighter, feeling lighter, whether they're children, whether they're adults, male or female. Have you seen there being benefits of just mental health? How have you seen the effects of this? So many benefits of painting
Mm.
as it pertains to mental health. How have you seen it with Painting with Purpose and Purpose Kids?
That's an awesome question, Dr. Vanessa. So yeah, so like I said, when they get up, you see the difference in them. I've had customers come in, and I don't like to call them customers because they're family
Yeah,
once they get up. So, when
nice.
they come in, they may be quiet, very reserved. I've even with the kids, they don't want to talk, but once they sit down with the canvas, we sit down with them, what did you pick to paint? Or, explain to me, how you felt when you painted this picture. Their confidence is boosted. I've had people come in the door that would use the terminology of, I hate art, I hate painting.
Wow.
That makes me cringe, right? And artists,
Right.
I cringe when people say that. But for them to get up and say they have a whole different outlook, on it, they're not stressed. They came in heavy, they're not heavy anymore. So even with the feedback, that made me dive in a little bit deeper to want to actually look into art therapy and take certification classes. So even when I did, I learned that even down to the colors that they may choose, um, art is hidden when it comes to the colors used in paintings, so they can be used as a powerful tool to invoke emotions, not only in
Mhm.
the viewer that sees the painting, but even in the painter that paints the picture. Also, art is beneficial to our physical health. I've learned that.
Yeah.
Studies show that, it's a creative expression that helps maintain even our immune systems. I'm pretty sure you know that as
Yes. Yeah.
Dr. Vanessa,
Yeah.
and it's clinically proven that it reduces stress, it elevates our moods, and it even lowers our blood pressure, which was
Yes.
surprising to me, like how it can all be connected. And then when you get to the mental health, because I saw how interesting it was, just how it would be a switch in the moods, even in myself, like it's a
Yes.
release.
Myself too.
Right. It is an
Yeah.
absolutely release, So 6 positive things that I found with art therapy: it promotes, again, stress relief, it expands creative growth,
Yeah.
it bolsters your memory. I didn't know if you knew that. You
Yes.
probably
Yes.
do.
Helps with
It
dementia and
culti
Alzheimer's. Yes. So definitely.
Yes, right. And then even touching on that, like we've even tapped into the nursing home. So even seeing the change with the clients, the patients come in the room and just pick their paintings that they want to do, pick their colors, and they escape. They go somewhere when they're painting.
Yes.
So it's to see that, and it even stimulates an optimistic attitude. So that made me look up optimistic. So it's the hopeful and confidence that you gain about your future. So it boosts you. It gives you something to look forward to.
I mean,
So
that's beautiful. Go ahead and also put in the chat, how has painting helped you for the
yes,
viewers? Go ahead and
please.
put them in the chat. How has it helped you? What have you noticed with it? What have you experienced? I know I feel lighter. We talked about stress relief. I feel lighter when I
Yes.
paint. It's beautiful. I too used to draw a lot too, and I think I took that away.
You
I
gotta
need
get
to
that.
cut
Gotta
that.
get
I
back
need to pull
into
that
it.
back out. I used to
Yes.
draw comics. Literally,
Wow.
draw them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and
Wow.
color it as well too. And yeah, I need to pull that back out.
Yeah.
That's my
See.
health check. I choose life. I will start doing that as well as a just a fun, non-stressful way to just enjoy life.
Yes.
I'm going to do that as well. But
And you know what? And it's inexpensive too.
yeah,
Like, even if you don't book a paint party, it's nothing for you to go to Michael's and get a canvas and get some paint and some brushes. And you even get joy in even taking a trip to the store to pick that out.
yeah,
That's therapeutic. That's the
yes.
first stage of, I'm doing this for me, like that self-care. So it falls into self-care too.
Yes, absolutely. I love it. And just thinking about, some people may ask, like, okay, how does this relieve my stress? Yes, it's a way to kind of escape as well. But something that we talked about, before coming on, as we were just dialoguing about this topic, is there's no mistakes with painting. Can you talk about that?
Right. And that's my number one rule. When I do a paint party, a paint session, especially with kids, because they always like to compare, yours looks better than mine, then they want to tuck it
Mm,
away. So it's no mistakes with art. Art is a way that you express yourself. So if you're
mm,
expressing yourself, maybe what you're going through, good mood, bad mood, in between, you're expressing yourself. So whatever you put on that canvas, it's an expression. So you can't be wrong in expressing yourself. So there's no
absolutely.
mistakes in art. It's all beautiful. It's all
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's definitely a non-threatening way to just express. And it just makes me think, having done one of your paint parties as well, I remember the color didn't come out right. I said, but then there was another alternative way in which I could, either stroke it a little different or mix it a little
Right.
bit more. I worked it
Yep.
out. So
See?
I'm just thinking about, even for like Alzheimer's, dementia, I'm thinking about, those opportunistic ways in which to look at life and having those positive outlooks. Though just the neurogenesis, if you will, the new
Right.
neurons that are released, because now I've figured out another way in which to not correct it, but
Right.
modify it. And it's still beautiful. It's still
Absolutely.
beautiful. And just how that carries over to life, that, now I have this opportunity. Now I've practiced this in an artistic, non-threatening way, but now I might be faced with a difficult situation. And guess what? My brain has now gotten used to, through doing painting with purpose, or even a canvas that I bought at Michael's. My brain has gotten used to this alternative way now in which I can look at life, or I'm not feeling threatened in this because my brain is used to it now. So I can now have problem solving skills. I can now look at the situation and see other alternatives and be okay. So
Right.
it's a powerful thing that you're doing. It's a beautiful thing that you're
Thank
doing
you. Thank
too
you.
as well. So there's so many benefits as we're hearing to our mental health from painting, any forms of all art therapy as well. So yeah, so are there any other last takeaways that you want to encourage our viewers when it comes to art therapy, painting
Hmm.
altogether?
Well, it's funny how you start talking about how, it's pleasure. So art also, it stimulates the release of dopamine. So that's something that
Yes.
I
You on top of the
recently
science. Yes.
saw, right? So it's like dopamine is released when we do something pleasurable, right? And
Yeah.
it makes us feel happier. So it increases the levels um, of this. It feels good. It can be very helpful, again, with battling anxiety or
Yeah.
depression. So hence, that's where therapeutic art comes into play. So even you're not too young for the dopamine to be released. So even with the
No.
kids, if you have kids that they don't really talk to you, tell you what's going on, let them express themselves through art. Don't throw the phone in front of them. Don't give them TikTok, Facebook. I think they all use TikTok. Facebook is for the
Yes.
older folks.
Yes.
So, don't just throw the social media or the video games in front of them because they're not releasing anything. Give
Mm,
them the gift of art. I think that's my main,
it's
and I
beautiful.
think the passion now is kind of really with the kids because we want to kind of get them younger.
Yes.
um so give them the art of give them the gift of
Gifts of
art,
art.
you
Yes, I
know?
love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Give them the gift of art. That is
Yes.
beautiful. And it, like you said, it gives them an opportunity to be able to express themselves early so they learn to better cope and deal with life and live life. Just live and
Just
enjoy
live.
life. Smile,
Right.
paint. That's just so beautiful. Well, Erica, go ahead and tell us how we can reach you.
Yes. So we are on the web. You can contact us by going to paintingpurpose.com. You can also email us at paintingwithpurpose, the number 8, at gmail.com. And again, you can get in contact with us for both Painting with Purpose and Purpose Kids Club. I do want to put this quick plug out here for Purpose Kids Club. If you guys have any kids, we have a summer paint session that's going on Saturday, July 9th from the hours of 1:30 to 4 p.m. It's for ages 5 through 14. That's a time for you to be able to drop your kids off. So that's a plus. You get to drop the kids off, give them the gift of art for the summer. No
Yes.
social media for those couple of hours. They're going to be painting. They'll get like a summer packet to go home with. You can contact us again via email or on the website, and Facebook and Instagram is the same, Painting with Purpose.
Awesome. Beautiful. Well, we've heard it from Erica Carpening, Painting with Purpose for Purpose
Yes.
Kids Club, as well as Painting with Purpose. We thank you so much for all that you pour into us,
Thank
the
you.
community, children, adults, families. I've seen even staff as well.
Yes,
It's a
absolutely.
beautiful thing that you're doing, and you're really helping to promote mental health in the community. So God bless you for being the
Amen.
gift to many
Thank
people
you.
too as well. So as we know, we've got another opportunity and another way in which we can promote our mental health. We can paint. There's
Yes.
so many benefits. We talked about it. There's dopamine release. There's dopamine steady release. So that pleasure response is lasting and it's there. Um, this is an opportunity that we can definitely utilize to ensure we remain in good health. So go ahead and put hashtag I choose life. We always have the choice between life and death, blessings and curses. I call on all of heaven to witness the decision that you and I make today. Oh, that you would choose life, that not only you would live, I would live, Miss Erica will live, but our descendants would live too as well, which is our children. So sign them up, sign them up,
Yes.
do it as a family, bond together, and remain in peace. I pray God's blessings, God's favor, and peace be upon you all today. I'll see you here again on Facebook Live at 9 a.m. Have a blessed and prosperous day. Bye-bye.